What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. But of course, this Duel Links video is going to be different from our traditional Duel Links videos because it's going to be another video talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links movie created by YTDan. Basically, the premise of this video is I'm going to be reacting and giving a review on the first 5 minutes of his movie. Thankfully, YTDan has sent me some early footage of the movie in the first 5 minutes of it for me to do a reaction to it and everything like that. And yeah, it's kind of the premise of today's video. Now, when you guys see this video, this video will, while by the time that this video is out, YTDan's movie, his Duel Links movie, will also already be out. This video is coming out 1 hour after his movie premieres. So if you guys want to check that video out, be sure to go check that out. Top right of the corner in the screen, one of those little eye icons will pop up, and it'll be in the description down below if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, huge shout out to YTDan for letting me participate in the journey when it comes to this movie, because he helped me out. He sent me some leaks on the movie, and I was able to make that leak video on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links movie, and that was a ton of fun to do. And now he's giving me some early footage to make a video on this on his movie before it comes out. But of course, I'll be releasing this video afterwards. But seriously, thank you so much YTDan for letting me do this. This was an awesome journey to do a little bit of collaboration with you and your movie, and hopefully a lot of people from my channel will also go check out your movie and everything like that. But yeah, so in today's video, I'm going to be doing the reaction part of it, and then also afterwards I'll give you guys my thoughts and opinions and first impressions on the movie. And then while the full movie comes out, I'll be watching the rest of it with all of you guys, so it's going to be a ton of fun right there. So if you guys are excited for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links reaction to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links movie, as always, be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content, and without further ado, let's do a sick reaction to the new movie. I'll see you there. Okay, so we're on the reaction part of this video. As you guys can see, we have the first 5 minutes and 38 seconds to the movie. This is going to be an interesting ride to check it out. And like I already said in the little intro part, be sure to go check out the full movie when it does drop, because this video will be dropping after YTDan's movie is fully released. But yeah, first 5 minutes. Thank you so much, YTDan. Let's do a sick reaction to it. I don't know what to expect. Like, I kind of know what to expect because of the leak video that I made and everything like that, but at the same time, it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a journey to check it out. So let's just hit that play button. Hopefully the audio levels are okay. I think putting it down to there should be good. Hopefully the audio on the video is not too loud and that my microphone and audio levels are okay. But hit that play button. Let's go see what happens. Long ago.
Was still young.
Ooh, still young.
Of competitive dueling reigned supreme.
Loving the intro so far. Looking nice.
Meta
style. Rogue style. Tilt style.
Warriors who mastered these styles call themselves duelists.
Ooh, I like that.
For hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years? This game's been out for hundreds of years?
2525, an ancient evil arose from the darkness yet again.
I remember seeing this clip in some of the trailers.
Putting their petty differences aside, these duelists joined under one banner, the meta style.
Oh, they all joined the meta.
Awesome might formed the D-Hero army.
The D-Hero army, so they all turned to meta to defeat the enemy, huh? That's interesting.
Style wasted no time. The Tier 0 Act of 2525.
Tier 0 Act of 2525.
Of any deck other than the meta.
Whoa. So that means creativity and decks are not available in this world. That's a dark world if I say so myself. That's a very dark world, I say so myself. The fact that you only can play meta decks now. Love the music. So that is interesting. The fact that you can't now, you only can use meta decks in the future. That's a nightmare for some of us. Loving the beats though, loving them. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Dark City 2526 AY.
Ryder, I am pleased to inform you that the Duel Machine is now available and accessible with the prohibited deck.
Excellent, Achilles. Initiate the Inzector Protocol.
The Inzector Protocol?
Are you absolutely sure you wish to initiate the Inzector Protocol?
The Insecticore Protocol. Fun fact, by the way, the voice actor for this little being right here is one of my friends, one of YTDan's YouTube friends, I AM L I'll probably throw everybody in the production in the description down below, but just a little fun fact right there. The voice actor is actually a YouTuber called I AM L.
I must. It's the only way.
It's the only way.
Select dueling avatar.
Watch me duel, Seto.
Ooh, that's actually interesting.
The Insector protocol has been initiated.
Oh, snap.
Deck list has been
See, treacherous trap hole.
What?
Rider. Incoming malicious software detected.
Uh-oh. It's Yubel!
Classification. Rogue style. Security firewall.
Oh, so he's playing a
This
rogue
is a
deck, and that's
security
illegal in
zone
this
break.
world.
To escape, you must defeat the malicious software.
I can't believe they're using the terror of Yubel to oppress duelists into using the same deck.
Big
The
yikes.
rogue style firewall, no less. That's why I must get this deck to X. Before the Yubel War, X, Common, and myself were 3 vagabond duelists.
This character
All
was
stuck
one
to
of the
style
players that
of
used the
dueling
burn
suited
deck.
us
Oh
best.
no.
I was the least experienced of the 3. Using the tilt style, I wasn't able to get many victories, but X was a pro. With his Destiny heroes, he was able to lead us out of the darkness.
Nice.
Somehow along the way, we lost Common. Before all the chaos, we worked on one singular deck, the Insectors,
Okay.
which is why I must get this deck to X. It's the only way to change the hearts and minds of the people. The people believe in X, and because they believe in X, they'll believe in these Insectors as well.
Okay, so he's trying to get
Our
X.
bond.
So basically he's trying to get X or whatever to join along with him and make sure to play the meta decks. Or not to change for meta decks and like play other decks too. Kind of the point of this is like kind of promoting it's like you should have some creativity and you shouldn't only be playing meta decks. But it's very interesting with the plot points on how like everybody in the world is now only playing meta so that they can defend themselves right there. And the main character right now.
And I won't be defeated by a machine. Achilles.
And right now he's kind of like promoting to
Dual
not play that.
access.
Ooh, this is cool. I like the graphics right here. This look really nice.
Online.
Okay, Yubel. So it's an AI Yubel right there, and he's playing Mokuba right now. Cool. I do like the background of this right now, though. That actually looks really cool. The Insectos. Okay, so you have the Fire King Yubel deck. This deck is very scary. Fire King Avatar
That all
Yaksha.
for your first turn, draw.
Ooh, I like that.
Solid vision. With my solid vision, the OTK is clear.
OTK is clear. We're about to see some Insector OTK happening. Summon Centipede. Activate Centipede's effect to equip Hopper. Sacrifice Hopper to activate Centipede's effect. I haven't played Insectors in a while, so I got some of this wrong, I bet, but still. OTK shenanigans about to happen.
Nexus and Centipede. Direct attack.
Always able to do a direct attack, I see. That 4K damage right there. Doesn't matter, Yubel. Can't win this one. Tilt style OTK victory.
Congratulations, Ryder. That's a new record.
Nice. Get out of here, Yubel. Very cool right there. And look at all these sick recommended videos right there. So that is it for the movie right there. And now let's go switch to the part where I have some criticisms. I do already have some criticisms on the movie. But at the same time, I'll give my positive points about the movie and I'll give my negative points on the movie so far. So let's go switch to that too. So now we're on the part where I'm going to be giving some criticism on the movie. And this is, like I said, it's my first impressions on the movie, but I do have some good points and bad points about the movie. But the first good point I do got to say about the movie is I love how how Dan did this intro. This intro right here is very cool. I love the background. I like the Inalite link right there. Looking really cool right there. I love this first part of the intro. It looks really nice. Now, here is my first criticism of the movie right here. I think what it would have been a little bit better on this little intro part right here is that this is just a little pet peeve, I guess you can say. It's not that big of a deal, but the beginning part of the movie when Dan, for the movie at least, they're talking about the three, main decks right here, Meta, Rogue, and Tilt. What I thought would have been pretty nice instead is that maybe instead of the normal images for these characters, maybe Dan could have done some PNGs of the characters to kind of like, so like the PNGs would be on top top of what the background is right here. So you know how this background looks really nice like that? I think if you done like the characters and like the PNG, so Anki without its background, Hazy without its background, Lava Golem without its background, and the background to actually be instead of this little glitch matrix thing right here, I think that would look a little bit better in my opinion, but that's just a small pet peeve that's not that big of a deal. Another part I really like about this movie is this intro part right here. I do like the little monologue and telling you the backstory of what the environment is in Duel Links. I like this little part where it shows the characters. I like the part where it shows the city. And I think this part right here where Yubel's in from like, you know, in the background like that about to destroy a city, that looks really cool. I do like that a ton. Like that a lot right there, where like the city is about to get destroyed. I really like how the graphics went for this part right here, and the little I guess it's not an intro, it's more like the prologue to it. But yeah, I like this part of the movie. I think the little prologue Dan did a really good job on it. I like all the little artwork and everything like that. Looks really cool right there. That's another point that I really like about the movie. So my next criticism on the movie right here is that, first of all, I really do like the background of this right here. Like the background right here looks really nice. I like it. Now let's scroll back a little bit. Whoops. But I do like the little background right here. But I will say, in my opinion, the logo does right here, the Duel Links logo does look kind of cropped like a little bit. The cropping could have been better on this logo right here. Maybe Dan could have just used just the clean PNG logo instead of the logo that has some of the blue background in the background. Because I kind of see what he was trying to do right here. Because as you guys can see in that section right here, there's like a little bit of, you know, animation in the background right there, but still the cropping of the logo could be a little bit better in my opinion. It's not that big of a deal at all. Like a lot of these criticisms I'm gonna say on the movie are not that big of a deal at all. They're just little tiny criticisms that when Dan makes another movie maybe he could improve on, in my opinion. So there's that right there, but still I like the little background and visuals right there. It looks really nice. Like this part too, that little insector part looks really nice. Shout out to SufferKetchum who did a lot of the animations right here. Looks spicy right there. So yeah, this part looks nice. Now I will say another thing that's kind of like meh in my opinion when it comes to the intro is that it makes sense to put the Duel Links characters right here. Like it honestly makes sense right here, but there's nothing really flashy going on with the characters when you see going through the intro right here. There's nothing really flashy at all with it in my opinion. I felt like if you gave it a little bit more flair it would be a little bit more entertaining, but yeah, so like maybe like make them pop out a little bit more right here, maybe get them to like move around a little bit more right there, but it's still cool. It makes sense to have all the Duel Links characters right here because, you know, we're talking about Duel Links, the movie's about Duel Links, so it makes sense right there, but probably make the characters look a little more flashy during this little intro part to make it like kind of stand out more. I like that effect though. I do like that effect right there though, looking nice. Okay, so this next part, I'm going to give a bonus, like I'm going to give something that I like about this part right here at 157. I'm also going to give a negative point in this part right here. So the first point I really like about this sequence right here where it transitions to one of the main characters from the show is that I do like that it kind of gives you a vibe of like the first episode of a Yu-Gi-Oh show. Like for example, recently I've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds and this little intro sequence right here kind of reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds a little bit, where Yusei the first episode was like working on his like, you know, dual runner in the show in Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, and he was kind of just like talking about with his pals and everything like that and what his plans and motives were and everything like that, and it was the intro to the show. This part right here reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, where I forgot what the character's name was, my bad, but you know, the main character right here that it was the Tilt player is talking to his AI, and he's kind of talking about how he's building this Insector deck so that he can unite his friends again and everything like that. So I do like this part right here. Now one thing that I think Dan should have done throughout this movie is that instead of using his costumes in these standstill images, I think what he should have done is that he actually should have did some like let me explain. So during this talking sequence right here, Dan right here is just kind of talking and everything like that, but I feel like he should have, like, when he was making this video, he should have did this green screen and did a record. Like he should have recorded himself talking to the AI instead of only having a stock still image and then doing a voiceover after that, in my opinion. I don't know how hard or difficult that would be, but I feel like to make this movie have a little bit more flair and a little bit more realism, he should have made this part right here where when he's like talking to the AI, he gives some like movements of like making him look like, you know, an actual person instead of a stock still image of himself right there. But I will also say I like the costume. That's another bonus I will say too. I like the costume. I like how the AI looks. Like that a lot actually, but when it comes to like this sequence right here, I think he should have done a little bit more movement to like look that he's like actually, you know, talking and everything like that. Just do kind of that and then do the voiceover afterward. I don't know how difficult that would be, and I hope that I'm explaining my thoughts correctly, but that's just a little criticism I gotta give right there. And also, but like I said, costumes looks awesome. I like the costume, and I do like the graphics that's been going on in this movie. Looks really nice too. So yeah, here's more of an example of what I'm trying to go at right here. So at 2:15, as you guys can see, the character that Dan is playing right there, he kind of switches to like that. I feel like if he did like more of like, you know, actual motion and movement into that, it would look a lot better than switching from a image to an image. Okay, here's another point that I do like about the movie and another point that I don't like about the movie right here. So first of all, what I like about this section right here at 2:20 of the movie is the fact that Dan is choosing what character he's going to be playing in Duel Links, which makes sense because in Duel Links, you know, we choose certain characters from the show and actually play as them and everything like that. So it's really cool how he implemented that. It makes sense, but it's a little touch that I do like right there. So as you guys can see, Dan is choosing what character that he wants to be for his deck, and he chose a Mokuba right here. Now, one criticism I would say to do when choosing it, because one of my little pet peeves about some of the stuff in the movie is that the images kind of look like squanched and wonky, in my opinion. Like, as you guys can see right here, the image kind of looks a little bit like shrunken, and it looks kind of goofy right there. Maybe what Dan should have done is that he should have put the image into the middle of the screen right here, so when he's choosing his character, the screen would be right here, and then Dan, you can see Dan on the right panel right there choosing his character. So like Dan would be in the, you know, the right section right here choosing his character, and the character selection screen would have been in the middle of the screen. That would make a lot more sense in my opinion, and it wouldn't make the images look so scrunched up and goofy, you know what I'm saying? So that's a little criticism I gotta say, but I do kind of like the direction where this going, but like the visual presentation should have been a little bit better. So another part I gotta say that I really like about the movie is this section right here where Dan is choosing his deck that he wants to play, and on the left side on the screen you can see that the AI is choosing his deck and shuffling it for him. I really like that part right there. It looks really nice. Another part that I do like about the movie right here is this sequence right here where Dan is getting infiltrated by Ubel, or one of the Ubel AIs, I believe. And what I like about this section right here is the fact that I like the little glitch, little system right here where Ubel's like right there. I like that a lot right there. But still, if Dan actually, instead of using images, kind of give like more like live footage of himself for the movie, I think it would pop out a little bit more and put some more flair to it, in my opinion. So like, as you guys can see in the transition part right here, I think it would look better if like Dan actually walked in and like tried to make his character look surprised that this was happening instead of a stock still image, which that was kind of the case right there. But I still like this section right here where you see the infiltration symbol right there. That looks really cool. I love how like Ubel kind of entered into the system right here, like looking like that. I think that's also really cool right there. And overall, I do like this part, but still, if Dan was like actually like having movement with himself for you know, coming into here right here, it would look a little bit better in my opinion. Another part I really like about the movie is the this part right here. I like the backstory so far. I do genuinely like the story that Dan is going for when it comes to his movie. So this little backstory part was actually really nice to learn and hear about right there. So that's another point I would like to say about this movie that I like a lot. So I'm bringing back this criticism again on the movie, but I feel like that Dan should have probably, you know, did some more like actual movement instead of using a stock still image. I feel like this part would have made more impact if this character is actually like moving and being more lively instead of just a standstill image. I'll say again, I like this backstory part right here, like learning about the backstory and everything like that, and why the main character's motives are his motives in the first place. Like that part right there. I feel like in this part of the movie, my criticism, I'm talking about Dan when he's like having these standstill images of his characters right here. I feel like for this scene specifically, it should still be a standstill character right there, because this is kind of like a memory, I guess you could say, about the main character. So I feel like this should have been a standstill image still with Anki. That actually makes the most sense. But I will say is that afterwards in this scene right here, when the main character, which we will get to soon, right here, I feel like the main character should have done like some movement of like, yeah, and try to get the audience motivated instead of only using his standstill right there. I feel like that when the character's giving a motivational speech, should have went like this. Another part that I really like about the movie is the visual effects right here. The visual effects right here look so nice right here, and the intro to like the duel looks so cool like this. I love this part right here. This part right here looks so nice. So props to Dan for doing that. Hopefully we see more of this throughout the movie, but I do like the intro to the duel right there. It looks so nice. Another one of my little nitpicks right here when it comes to the you know, video right here, I don't like how the image looks kind of like scrunched up like that. I'd rather have just Ubel like kind of just like still without, just not looking scrunched up in that section right there. I feel like that just looks a little goofy in my opinion. And Dan's also a little bit scrunched up on the right hand section too, so kind of wish that the images didn't look scrunched up or anything like that when it comes to this part, but it's not that big of a deal. Just one of my small criticisms about the movie. This part right here in the duel where the main character is doing his first draw to about to go into the OTK against his opponent, I feel like that there's definitely could have been some flair if he like didn't use just images only and actually did like a draw. Like, as you guys can see right here, I feel like there would be more flair if you could have went like draw or something like that, you know. A positive about this movie though, again, is I love the visual effects right here. This visual effect is looking really cool right there, and I like this a lot. And I do like this part right here too, where he's like drawing into his combo pieces and like figuring out what combo he wants to go to. This part also looks really nice in my opinion, so I like this part a lot. He's like combo piece engage, and then you guys can see a spicy OTK right here, which I like a lot about this duel right here. Spicy OTK, gotta love the duel. I think this was a good duel to showcase for the movie right here. Spicy and Sector OTK. A good plus about the movie right here is this scene right here where Dan, after we go for the OTK, as you guys can see, Dan is like going for his movement right there. I feel like with having more movements like that throughout the whole movie would spice up the movie so much more. And I think you guys might agree with me right here, where, you know, Dan goes into his like little movement of like attack right there. This scene right here, I like that a lot. I'm really glad that he did that for the movie. And this scene overall just looks really nice. Wish he did more of that throughout the movie, where he was like moving his character around a lot and everything like that. Maybe when the full movie comes out, there'll be more of that. But as you guys can see right here, there's that right there. So like, I love that part right there. Love it how he's like actually putting some motion into the character, making the character feel more lively, and giving it some more flair for the movie. So really cool right there. And I think that's pretty much it for the movie. I do like this part right here where it's like do 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 do. I like this part right here. Nice OTK or tilt style OTK victory right there. Like that little end part too. Looks really nice right there. So this is going to be it for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Now, even though I gave a ton of criticism on the movie and also gave my points on why I like it, but I gave a lot of criticism on the movie, I still strongly recommend to check out this movie, because definitely just do it, man. You can definitely tell that YTDan's been putting a lot of effort into this movie, and it's just something different than your average ranked PvP video or leak video or anything like that. It's different from what you're normally used to in the Duel Links community. So I strongly recommend to support this movie from YTDan, so we have some encouragement for YTDan to make some more movies like this in the future, and hopefully so this movie can inspire some other content creators out there in the community to also make their own more original Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links ideas instead of the cut and dry videos that we always see. Like, there's nothing wrong with the cut and dry videos that we traditionally see, but it's always okay to try new things and just try to expand your horizons when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. So please go watch YTDan's movie. This was a ton of fun to watch. I still really enjoyed it. I just wanted to give my criticisms on this movie so that the next go around and the next movie we'll see some improvement, because sequels should always improve on the movie and everything like that. So that's why I wanted to give my criticism on it, and hopefully YTDan can take some of my criticism and, you know, make it, improve it into his next video. But of course, I'm not that good of a content creator. Like this movie that he's making is way better than anything I would make. I just still want to give my criticisms because, like I said, I'd like to see some improvement in the next movie too. So there is that right there. But still, go watch YTDan's movie if you haven't already. This video, like I said, is going up after his movie drops. And yeah, but I think it's gonna do for you guys though. Thank you guys so much for watching today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links movie, and I'll go see you guys in the next one. Peace out.